to another, but a very important episode of Desire to Inspire, your mama's favorite podcast. Here with my host, Dylan Thacker.
Co-host.
Host
makes it seem like it's just me, and it's not just me.
How do they say that when there's two of them?
Co-host.
Wouldn't it just be host? Because I feel like
one person hosting a show.
All right, well, we'll go with it.
It's co-host. Like if you're not just the star of the movie, you're co-stars.
Okay, I like it. I wasn't sure. I was actually listening to New Heights the other day, and they introed, and I wanted to remember how they did it because they bring it in good, and I totally forgot.
I've only seen clips.
It's good.
I feel like there's a lot of podcasts I'm familiar with that I only see clips.
Yeah.
Which maybe that'll be us one day.
Maybe. We are putting the clips out there, man. They're being seen. They're being liked. They're being saved. So can't ask for anything more than that.
Yeah, we can. Watch the whole episode, bitches.
This is a big, big, big milestone for us, brother. And I just want to say that I am happy. I am proud. I'm excited that we made it this far.
Me too, man. It's weird. It's almost 2 years. We're like damn near 2 years in business now.
Yep.
Which I was literally in my shower thinking about this today. And it feels weird because it feels like we haven't accomplished much is what I'll say. Like that's how it feels. Mm-hmm. Like if you obviously we were looking at these clips from the other day or like from the last, like literally I was looking at a clip that was like talking about 2023 is about to be here, this and that. And I was like, whoa, this quality is so bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
In that moment, I didn't think it was that bad.
No. And that's the thing is like when you start putting in the reps and you start doing these things, that's why like you cannot wait. You cannot wait until something is perfect to put it out. You have to just put the fucking stuff out and then keep going. Don't stop, don't settle, don't miss. And things will improve. And like we're doing right now, like, yes, we have made drastic strides, but we've also not made drastic strides. But again, that's the point of building something. Yeah. And so looking back at the podcast episodes, and now that we're getting into like the clips of episode like 1 through 20, it is crazy the difference.
Yeah, it was real weird, man. I was watching like, whoa, these don't even feel like the same people.
Yeah.
The conversations were kind of struggling at points. I was like, what are we even talking about?
It's funny, too, to see how, like, even the thumbnails have changed over the iterations or the growth, we'll say, of the podcast.
Well, there was the longest time we really didn't even use a thumbnail. Like, we just took a frame from the thing because it had the background and the logo on it.
Yep. Yeah, some of the clips that were pulled for some of those episodes have, like, that entire thing because...
I know, like, you can see, like, because we had a whole background.
Yep.
But, I mean, there was really no other way to do it. It would have just been black around it.
Yeah.
You couldn't blow it up to the whole frame until we got that new program.
Yep. So it's exciting to see this. I think we could go in and tell them how we're going to structure. I know we've alluded to it, but just to like refresh and say again, in case somebody didn't see the last episode, is we're done until February.
That's going to be weird.
It's going to be a big break, but there's big changes coming.
It's not even like we're going to record in the meantime and like stop, like we're going to have a real big hiatus here.
Yep.
Which is either going to be we're about to come back fire or about to come back rusty.
Nah.
We honestly should probably run a couple before we get it back, like, on it.
We could. Like, internal ones where we just document this journey so far. What we like, didn't like.
Like, that we don't even release.
Yeah.
Like, we just do one, like, just to... And if it's actually ends up being good, then we can put it... It actually might not be bad.
Yeah. I think we'll have it.
Because there's a lack of comfortability in these clips that I'm seeing where it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
We were not... And I had been doing them. It was different. It was different, though. Like, coming into this realm felt completely different than any other podcast I had done.
In what way?
It felt like I had to be more serious, which obviously I think we've gotten away from since we've gotten together.
Yep.
I think it's got more loose, but I was more like, we were talking about more serious shit. It wasn't, all my other podcasts have been me fucking off, basically.
Yeah.
So it was just a weird transition that I had to get used to.
Yeah. Yeah, it's wild to look back thinking pretty much this time 2 years ago, I was in front of the microphone for the first time. Mm-hmm. And I was texting you on the side like, I'm nervous. I'll do it. And like got on and it was like, all right, that wasn't too bad, but I was in my head so much. And then like even thinking back to releasing the first podcast makes me like cringe because of how nervous I was. People are going to judge. People are going to say this.
People didn't even watch.
They didn't. But it's cool. Look back at all that and it kind of it motivates you. It's like journaling. Like now that I have a year of journaling in and my journal's overlapping, it's cool to see like where I was a year ago today while I'm journaling today and then be able to see next year what I was at last year and the year before that.
I've been heavy journaling lately. Like, I'm talking like twice a day.
Damn. I like that.
I have to. Like, I don't know what's going on in my head right now, but I have been writing a lot.
Okay.
And I don't know if we've talked about it here. I filled up like my first journal that I actually like finished. And it was like from 2021 to 2023 in here. And like it wasn't like an everyday thing, but it was a pretty thick journal. And I was like, whoa. And I went back and was like looking at like the goals that I wrote down in the beginning of the journal. Damn near all of them were accomplished. It was kind of cool. Go. It was like a sub 3:30 marathon. It was becoming an ambassador. It was like all shit that like over that 2-year span I was aiming for. The only ones that didn't were like podcast viewers, so that's your guys' fault.
Hey, they'll go up though, because you got to think we didn't start promoting this until literally like a month and a half ago.
Yeah, not the way that we should have been.
No, we literally would put it out and that was it. Mm-hmm. And like we wouldn't even post it on our story or anything like that.
I know, I forget too often. Like we literally need to get in the habit of doing it every week.
Yeah.
Because already today we sent out last week's and it has more views than we ever get in the first day just from putting it in an email.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, and that's the thing. That's tailoring it. And so again, enjoying the journey. But most importantly, and I think what was important in these first 2 years of us doing this is what we talk about all the time is like staying consistent.
Yeah, it's just doing it.
Like I don't think we ever missed a podcast. If so, it was like one.
We've never missed a week.
Yeah. And so like you look at that and like consistency compounds. And I feel like our drive, our comfortability, the conversations, the flow.
It's actually weird that we're voluntarily taking time off right now.
Yeah. But we're going to come back better than ever, bigger than ever, and honestly, with a swagger like people ain't used to seeing with us.
Yeah, for season 1.
For season 1. If you guys got any title names, let us know. We don't know how long they're going to run.
Title of what?
Of season 1. Is it just going to be season 1?
Yeah.
I think we should have something.
When has a season ever had a name? It's just season 1. Seasons don't have names. Like a season of a TV show doesn't have a name. It's just season 1, season 2, season 3.
All right.
Because then here's the problem with the name: you box yourself in. Then like you have to stick to like whatever that name is.
All right.
Like because I'm assuming it's gonna be lengthy. It's not like 10 episodes and we're done. That's like 2 months.
Yep.
So like, there's no way we can forecast what the fuck we're talking about for that far out.
That's a fact.
Well, we don't even know what we're talking about today. We're just here.
Yeah, we like going into them casual now instead of having like a layout. And typically anything that we bring up is stuff that like we've wanted to talk about, which doesn't put the pressure on it. And so it can flow more natural. And
we've literally had the same topic up for like 4 weeks in a row and never got to it.
Never got to it.
And we're probably not getting to it today.
I kind of wish or hope we do, but
talk about it in the new year.
So, did you do any reflecting over the last 100 episodes? Or
I was literally just gonna say, I feel like we're just gonna reflect this episode.
We're on the same wavelength.
I mean, yeah, like it's basically what I was just saying. It's like these clips have like really put into perspective like how far we actually have came, because it's easy to not see it. Mm-hmm. Like when you're in it week after week after week, and like it is just a consistency thing. It's putting in reps, but like. I don't even know the number of podcasts that are out there, but there's a huge number of podcasts that exist. And I saw something about like 85 or 90% of them don't even make it to like 10 episodes.
Damn.
So it's like people start them and they fall off.
Yeah.
I mean, even look how many I've done where like they still technically exist. So like they're still a podcast. Like if you just pull up how many podcasts are.
Yeah.
I have one with like 30 episodes, one with like, I don't even know how much the other one had. It had to be almost 200 or over.
Yep. I really want to, and we've talked about this a couple times, but like how I always tell you, like we should find videos that we like through the content that we're looking at, like other people's, and like pop it up and talk about it. Good, bad, somebody's transformation, like whatever, or even like sometimes funny, because these don't always have to be super informative.
I was about to say, you have no idea what my For You page looks like. It would not, a lot of it would not be allowed on this show.
Well, mine is different than that. And there's like, for instance, Gary Brecka, the guy that does 10X Health. Do you know who that is?
No.
So he's the guy that swears by the cold plunge, infrared saunas, red light therapy, grounding. And so he's the one that kind of like jump-started me. He's the one that worked with Dana White to get Dana White like where he is.
Like he was just talking about recently?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And so Dana White swears by the stuff that Gary Brecka puts out there. And he runs every single thing by him. He's like a holistic doctor. He's not your standard doctor that wears a white apron.
But he is like an actual doctor, but
he has credentials.
Towards like the holistic side.
Yeah, he started off as a chiropractor, I believe. And then from there, he got into health insurance and or life insurance. And he literally worked for these companies. And there's like an algorithm, but most people don't believe it because they're like, you can't predict when somebody's going to die. But if you think about insurance is doing it because they're like, all right, I'm betting the odds, and they're going to bet the odds 90% of the time, so that way they're not losing money.
Right.
And so he left that industry and came up and does this 10X Health that focuses on those 4 things that I just said, but he also looks into what your genes are. And so you take a gene test. It's like $500-$600, and you have 5 or 6 main genes in your body. The test that you take, it's a cheek swab, you send it in, and then the chain goes 1, 2, 3, and the bottom one affects 2, 2 affects 3, and they all work in unison. And so what it does is it looks at your mom and dad's side within your genes, and if it's broken from one of your parents, it'll be yellow. If it's broken from both of your parents, it'll be red, or if it's a good gene, then it's green. And so typically somebody always has a broken gene. That's why we have gut problems. That's why we have like fatigue and tiredness, because we're fueling our body, but something of that fuel is not agreeing with us because our body can't digest it. And so he has this whole thing, and there's this guy that I've been following, just a regular dude, has no followers. He gets like 100 likes a video, sometimes 600, but he's keeping people informed in this journey because he's like, I'm always tired. I'm this. He's like, I was always seeing this stuff on Gary Brecka, so let me just try it out. And because I'm trying it out, I'm going to document it because it's not cheap. My wife, I don't sleep. I snore all the time if I do.
What does this gene test tell you, though? Like,
it tells you which gene is broken, so which one has a mutation, a.k.a. it's not operating properly.
So the 6 main genes, do we all have?
All have.
Okay.
Everybody has them. They're the 6.
So they basically just tell you, like, what kind of predispositions you have and, like...
Yes, which will then allow you to, because like we have all these vitamins out there and supplements. So people are taking fish oil, they're taking vitamin D, they're taking zinc, like all.
It's just basically to target it. Like, here's what you actually need to
exactly.
Take. Okay.
Yep. So it'll be like, don't take vitamin C or this. Like, you don't need it. Your body is good in it. It's green, good to go. Take zinc instead, and it'll repair gene number 2 or 3.
Oh, so you can repair them.
You can repair them, meaning you
it'll
supplement correctly, so that way they operate the way they should. And so it goes into this, and I've been wanting to try it literally for the last
get the gene test?
Yeah, year and a half. And so one of the things that I might do is put it on my calendar and like on this day, just buy it. Don't think about it, just buy it. Like we talked about doing, put it on the calendar, build everything else around it. So where I was going with this story, and this will actually be good to put this in the title because Gary Brecka is trending everywhere right now. So, where I was going with this is that
100th episode, Gary Brecka,
is that my For You page has people that are doing stuff like this or stuff that like could interest us or go along with the DTI mission, health, wellness, fitness, lifestyle, things of that nature. And so again, if this was like a Josh Richards or one of the big TikTokers, I wouldn't even pay mind to it because it's like, oh, they're probably, getting something on the back end. But since this guy literally has a couple hundred followers, I'm like, how cool it would be to be like, hey, bro, like, love what you're doing. We have this podcast. You want to jump on it and talk about this? We would love to like expand people's knowledge, whatever, hear your story. And then in 4 months, when you're done with this journey, come back on and tell us more about it. Or if there's a college basketball player that's going off, see if they'll come on it. If there's somebody that's in the coaching space, have them come on. Like whatever the fuck it is, but utilize this platform. Like there's so many people that are on these things that have their channels, but people don't think to reach out to them.
I was literally thinking today, like, we don't utilize all of our network enough because, like, think about the people who come through just the My Coach AI platform, who speak to us or who like are just coaches alongside us that we don't even reach out to ever.
Yep.
Like, I only go in that thing if I really have a problem. People be in there talking sometimes. And then they have all these speakers every single week.
Every week.
Where it could actually be someone with some value to pull in.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, like, how do we utilize these tools that we're doing? So we're doing a way better job promoting the podcast. Now, how do we improve it? Okay, we let me rephrase that. We did a great job filming the podcast and stay consistent with it, but how do we improve it? Okay, now we're going to do clips. Cool. How do we improve that? All right, we edit them different. We come season 1, we do something completely different with the editing, so that way it's broken up. Like, how do we always constantly improve? And I think we're losing a huge chunk of everyday followers because, again, we don't care if that number skyrockets to 1 million. But if we pull
it'd be kind of cool.
It would be cool. But if we have that guy on and the people that are watching his content are already looking to better their life. They're not just watching him because they want to eat bags of chips and shit like that. And so he, who has 1,000 followers, we grabbed 2 from him. Guess what? Now those 2 are watching us. We're popping up on their For You page. Next thing you know, we pull this girl in. She comes on, talks about her business, her journey. Okay, now we get a couple from her. And next thing you know, we're building, but we're building with these people that are like us. That are like just doing this because they have a passion, they have a dream, they have something they want to fix, they have something they want to improve on. It's just, to me, that can steamroll us to be able to get like a Kyle from Nelk to then join one day and talk about his fitness journey with mental health.
That's a reach.
Shoot for the stars, baby.
I'm pretty sure we'd be skyrocketing to 1 million before he came on.
I don't know. Because we could have a smaller number, but the conversions and likes and things like that could be way higher. That would give him the value. I'm just saying, like, I think if we do that and we start small, we'll eventually start locking in the bigger people because our audience is going to grow, the likes are going to grow, all of that shit's going to grow to then be able to capitalize and actually get in with people.
I'm not against it.
You got to have faith, man. You got to be like, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
I mean, I think we got a few years ahead of us, which is why maybe it's somebody new by then.
It could be. But I'm just saying because it's relevant right now, like with his journey that he just went into.
Yeah.
But it's, I don't know, something I want us to highly consider because I think that could even check off one of your boxes where we're podcasting more than once a week.
Yeah. I was actually thinking about that the other day. Like literally when here, I was like, do we do 2 episodes a week once we hit season 1? I'm like, I don't know if we should even right now.
Yeah. Unless we do have it where it's like we have a shorter one and then a longer one of just us talking like we do now.
Yeah. It would have to be like a different format. I don't think I would want to do this 2 times a week. Just because I feel like, number one, some stuff will get repetitive just because we're doing, we're hanging out multiple times a week. So like we don't have anything relevant to talk about. It'd also be different if like we had us and a guest every week. Yeah. But guests are hard to lock in, especially like because we're in person now. I would I'd prefer to have somebody here.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Which, I mean, there's people in the area. Yesterday, actually, while we were at Sycamore, I didn't see it till this morning. This big running dude in the area was there as well.
He hit you up?
No, I seen it in the story. Okay. I didn't post anything, but I saw it in the story. I was like, fuck, dude, we were there at literally the same time. Yeah. It's just a random connect. Like, we could have just networked literally in person where we never do.
Yeah, and that's what I love about it. When we start thinking that way, I think it'll come very natural. Because again, now if we're messaging off of like the DTI, TikTok or YouTube or Instagram or whatever, if they go to these different platforms now, it's like, oh shit, they're really about this. Like, look how long they've been doing it. Look at how frequent they are, consistent they are. Yeah, shit, let me jump on and have a 15, 30-minute conversation.
Instagram is a place that we're not consistent at all.
No, I just don't like that platform.
But that's like where everyone networks. Yeah. Like, people aren't in TikTok DMs all like that, I feel like.
Yeah. Because you got to be friends with somebody in order to message them. Yeah. Yeah, we could get more consistent there. All right. Well.
I mean, we have the clips. That's the thing. It's like we have things to post. The thing that it's actually now that like we're just kind of talking this through, it's literally, I think you sent it to me a couple months ago, where you put your picture first and then you slide to the fucking thing. Yeah. But I don't know if you can do that they would cut the video. Well, I guess if only one of us is talking the video, you could line it up right. Yep. The words just would probably not look right.
Yeah. Yeah. Something to consider and think about. Because again, like you said, like how do we capitalize? Because if we're taking the clips and posting them across all social media, they're not going to hit. Like I feel like they're hitting the way we're doing them just on like TikTok and YouTube. They're steady growth. Some do better than others, obviously.
It's also because we're not posting the same thing. Like we don't tell each other when we're posting what. Yeah. So we're posting different videos. They're all going to get used. Yep. We're posting different videos on different platforms at all times.
Yeah. I think having it too in person set up, we would be able to hopefully clip it different for like an Instagram or something like that. I don't know.
Once we're through all the episodes and we have extra thing, what I need to start doing is instead of like exporting it edited, but then you have to put it on YouTube. That's the problem. Like you can't just drop a video in.
Yeah. We could have like a burner YouTube account that we put stuff on that we don't promote.
Because I could do just the whole long form of just this, like just this one frame.
Yep.
So then it can pull each one like back and forth, and it's not just stuck on whatever the side view is.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Definitely something to think about off air.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the thing. It's about strategizing and pivoting, so that way we can continue to grow and prosper. But like we were talking about in the text message the other day, it's getting involved in the community because of our charisma, our passion, our attractiveness, meaning like people gravitate towards us, I feel like, and want to have a conversation. And we're fucking good looking, but that's besides the point. But yeah, no, I think that this break, the new setting, the new vibe of where we're going to be, how we're going to be, I think it's just going to elevate us even more. And then if we can start pulling in people from the run clubs, from the community, from social media, I think that'll give us another outlet to be able to then start growing and truly.
There's so many people in this city and so many people coming to this city that it'd be very easy to get a community around God. Like where it's, sure, like everybody's a part of something else, but like where we can start pulling in like real in-person guests, like, hey, just pull up an extra chair and we fucking now have 3 of us for the podcast.
Yep. Yeah, we'll have the equipment, we'll have the space. It's just about executing that plan. So again, it's cool talking about things out loud because now we can jot down, stuff after this to like actually start brainstorming and putting a plan in action since we have the time.
Literally, we have nothing. We have 2 months to really figure this shit out. I think while we're talking about new shit, we need to promote the Inspired here. I think we need to like break down like what it's really going to look like in the new year, which I don't know if we've really we definitely sat down and did a couple weeks ago, but like the way that we're going to structure it moving forward. Yeah. Because one thing we don't do is we don't talk about the Inspired enough. We don't promote it enough. It was just like the podcast we put out there, and then we didn't promote them. We didn't share them. We didn't clip them. And so we realized, dude, like, what are we doing? We have to start like promoting we're
this
literally
more. We have to
coaches.
put it out.
We're not podcasters.
Yeah.
We just happen to have a podcast around it.
Yep. And two, it's not all around like physical. It's around the mental side too of changing those habits and putting new things in place.
Literally, people who see us on a multi-time-a-week basis thought it was just a podcast.
Yeah. We suck at promoting ourselves.
I know.
Suck at it.
I know. And what's crazy is like that we went through like this whole phase of like, let's make sure our bios are clean. Like, let's make sure everything looks right. And we still don't do it.
Yeah, we don't. But we'll get better. And that's what 2024 is about. It's about business and financial growth. And with that comes, all right, now it's time to get down to business. We showed that we're going to do this shit. So now let's utilize this platform that we've literally been building and testing out and now have a good process in place to be able to attract those people to come into this community so we can all win together. Yeah. We can all motivate each other together and we can all prosper together by being a part of something big. Because what I don't think people have right now and what I don't think that this world has right now is pockets of different communities that people can join. So like, for instance, the running community is strong. I got to see what that community was like doing this half marathon, and that's one asset of life. So like, what are those people doing outside of running day to day to be good, right. Mentally, physically, emotionally? And it was like what I said to you in the text message. I was like, those people that are running, that's their outlet for something. We don't know what they're struggling with on the back end. We don't know if they want to improve their like daily habits. We don't know if they this like there's so much, but they're running for some reason. Most people don't just run to run. Most people don't just work out to work out. Like, everybody's got a story of why they started something. So how do we capitalize on bringing all of these like-minded people together and be able to win and do stuff and have events and have a bigger showing at different things outside of like a run club or something so niche and specific? And that's where the Inspired comes in. And that's where we got to bring people into.
And we'll tell you how we do it. Free coaching. That's literally like what I want to talk about, though. It's like break it down, like how it's going to work. Because the thing is, we're about to be quiet for the next 2 months.
Yep.
Quiet, like no podcast. So I feel like this is the time where we should just like break down what it is, how it's going to be moving forward. And that way we can try to, because we're going to start reaching out to you with it. If people are watching this, they at least know what's going on.
Yep. There will be no pricing talks in this because it's going to be free. But
stipulations.
And there's always a but. So how the Inspired works right now, again, it's a community that we're building. It's got a long way to go. We know what we want it to be. But again, we're in the infancy. We just started this. We're just getting used to it. We're just figuring things out. We've worked with enough people to know a foundation of where to start, how to start, and what to focus on. So we created the Inspired so that way we can pull all these people in and then coach them physically, mentally, but just life in general. Like, what are you struggling with? What do you want to achieve? What do you? Find out all that, and let's tailor it to that person's life. So that way it's not drastic changes. It's just little things compounding on each other to be able to see the big results at the end. And so in the Inspired, there's 3 different tiers. We'll call it Desire, we'll call it Inspire, and then we'll call it Desire to Inspire. Cheapest, middle, most expensive. So as Dylan and I were talking and as we're figuring things out, it's like, dude, how do we attract more people? Not for the money's sake, because like we're truly passionate about this. Like, how do we bring more people together? How do we get everybody in this? How do we get everybody to want to win together? And so it just clicked one day, and it's like, let's offer free training. Get people in, get them motivated, get them excited.
Sounds crazy. When he told me this, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
But
especially in a year of financial growth.
Yeah, financial growth, free training. And so, again, what we're trying to do is create that legacy or longevity of, like, true inspiration and passion behind stuff. And so if you truly want to get better, the Inspired is the place for you to be. And so how we have it laid out is that if you are a part of the middle or top tier, and essentially you would pay for that. But if you were to hit set objectives that we have outlined every single month, you'll get it for free.
They will be set. We're not just making these up on the fly. Like,
nope.
It's going to be discussed before anything's even set into motion, and we'll go from there.
And so say you have 5 or 7 things that you have to do every single month, meaning you have daily and weekly habits that you have to achieve in order to get free training at the end of the month.
I don't even think we've talked about this enough. We have an app. So we have an app where everything will be in one place. Like, whatever habits you need to do, whatever workouts you're going to do, whatever diet you're following, everything's going to be in one place. You can track progress there. You can communicate with us there. It's basically just checking off these boxes. And it's like a check-in. Like, I'm here, this is done, this is done, this is done. So it's going to keep you on track, but it's going to let us see where you are, either progressing or falling short. So then we can tailor the program to where you need to go.
Yep. Because what I've realized is that a lot of people want a change. A lot of people want to see something different happen in their life. But first things first is they don't know where to start. Second thing is that they're in their head so much because they've tried in the past and it didn't work out. So they stopped doing it and they failed. So they're like, oh, I'm not going to go back. Or something happened where they had a trainer, they had somebody that they didn't like, pushed them the wrong way, rubbed them the wrong way in the sense of like knowledge or programming or diet or whatever. And so now they're scared of it. There's so many different things. And so we design it specifically to what your day-to-day looks like and then tweak it. So again, it could be little things. You drink 7 pops a day. Let's cut that back to 3. Drink water to replace it. You aren't working out at all and you haven't worked out in years. Let's start with 1 day a week. And let's work and build and build. And so everybody's will still look different because everybody is different. So we have to tailor it. But there will be like 5, 7 set things that each person consistently, the same things, has to hit month in and month out to be able to get free training. And so before I keep spewing, is there anything that I missed out on that?
Where are you going next?
Where I'm going is, okay, Fred, you say that it's free, but why is there a but? Meaning, if I don't achieve those things, why do I have to pay if you're offering free training?
Okay, no, you can go on.
Okay.
You can keep going then.
And the reason we're doing that is because there needs to be an accountability sake. I cannot tell you how
That's
many...
literally I've been coaching outside of DTI for almost 5 years now. The main thing that people want is accountability. Mm-hmm. It's not even... You can find a workout routine or a nutrition plan online for free. We're not stupid. But the problem is, are you going to follow it? Like, are you actually going to do it? And most people aren't going to. And that's why you get a coach in the first place. I've gotten coaches for the same reason. Mm-hmm. I know that I'm going to do it if I'm paying someone else to do it. But we also know money's a barrier. So It's a reason not to. But if you at least have us holding you accountable where, you know, if I don't do this, I am going to have to pay, you're probably going to be more likely to do it.
Yep. And that's the reason why there's a but, is because we all need to have a stake in the game. So Dylan and I have a stake in the game because it's like, look, we have a paying client. We have somebody that's coming to us that wants to help. So we're going to give them our all. In return, we need them to give us their all. And so if the tangible thing, which most people are very conservative of how they spend it, whether they spend a lot or whatever, they don't want to spend money on stuff. They want to be able to utilize that somewhere else because times are hard. This is hard, blah, blah, blah. And so having you know that at the end of the month, that money's going to come out if you're not doing what you're supposed to is going to be a driving force for you to want to achieve and conquer those habits day in and day out. So that way you don't have to see that come out of your bank account. And I think it's going to be a great structure because there may be months where you go on vacation and you can't hit it. But guess what? The 11 months out of the year, you could hit it every single month.
Yep.
And now you only paid for 1 month of training. And so we want to do this, again, to collect the right people and bring the right people in to the community that are truly passionate and want to see change in their life.
Yeah, we've seen it help so many people already. Like we've worked with people who are paying, and we've already seen the way that it changes their life more than just like the physical aspect of it. So we obviously, this is what we do. Like this is what we talk about all the time. Like we want that for as many people as possible. Mm-hmm. So we're literally just trying to make this as easily accessible as we can.
Yep, to everybody. And then what we're going to do from there is, so that way it's just not us interacting. We're going to have a separate group that'll be going off all the time with everybody that we bring in. Once we get that community started, once we start bringing people in and we start having conversations and stuff in that chat, we start motivating each other, we start jumping on calls, all that kind of stuff, then guess what? Now we can be like, hey, Dylan's got a marathon. Anybody want to join him? Cool. We got people training in 8 different states. But guess what? We're all going to fly in on April 5th and watch them run the race. Now there's multiple people motivating each other all over the fucking world or country to then come and meet. Yeah. Come and meet in a Charlotte, in a Colorado, in a Las Vegas, like wherever the hell the race is. And now we can go and celebrate. But we can turn that into a celebration of, all right, we're going to do a 3-day weekend, like retreat style stuff where it's all focused on mental and physical health, improving ourselves, motivating each other, and giving us that one-on-one interaction like live. And so there's so many different avenues and ways that we want to take this. And Dylan and I could be the first to admit that there is a lot of things that we can improve on in terms of getting the inspired out there. But what we stay consistent in is not only the drive in our own lives, not only the drive to want to see this succeed, but the drive knowing that we're actually helping somebody. There's nothing better than somebody telling us, you helped me lose 30 pounds. You helped me lose 75 pounds. You helped me gain this amount of muscle. You helped me complete a half marathon. And so once we all start seeing those wins, it just motivates everybody else. So I hope that it's an incentive that a lot of people will catch on to and a lot of people will understand and love. And truthfully, I hope it's a fucking offer that nobody pays us, where everybody's hitting their goals every single month. Because guess what? That just means we can keep riding to the top, baby. Mm-hmm. We got an army behind us. They got an army behind them. And we all just keep fucking winning together day in and day out.
This is literally the perfect time of the year for you to take advantage of it. Most of you who want to make this change anyway, you're going to say, I'm committing to this. This is my New Year's resolution. I'm setting this goal, whatever it is, right around this time. Mm-hmm. DM us, email us, fucking comment on this video. I don't care how you get in touch with us. If you're interested, get in touch. We'll literally hop on a call and just talk about what it's going to entail. There's no price tag on it because if you do your shit, it's not going to cost you a thing anyways.
Yep. Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be interesting. But more importantly, I think it'll start to bring a sense of community to people's lives that they need. And that's what I'm most excited about. Posted a Facebook status earlier this week. And I was like, do you have a community that you're a part of, or do you have a group of friends that will tell you to start eating healthier, that you're going down the wrong road, that'll give you honest advice, this. And there was a lot of likes on it, which means I feel like people don't have that sense of community. They don't have that friends that'll be honest with them. And then we also had people that commented on it that, no, they don't have it. Straight up no. Mm-hmm. Or that they use our post to stay motivated and that they're seeing it in the background. And so I want to bring all those people, you fucking people that watch our stuff, that see our posts, that get motivated from it, but don't tell us, all the people in the shadows, in the dark, come forward. Let's fucking work together. Let's win together. Let's grow together. And let's stop pushing it off to tomorrow, to the next day, to the next day. Because as we discuss, we are not promised tomorrow. So start now. So that way you can get ahead of it and live a healthier, happier lifestyle.
And we're not saying that we're going to shove this down your throat all the fucking time. Like, we're not only going to reach out, like, hey, are you doing your shit? And, like, even, like, the whole community thing, like that post you said, our friend group is obviously very good at that, but, like, we don't always do it. Like, I was literally thinking yesterday, there's a lot of times we get together, we don't talk about anything, like, thing. But then there's conversations like yesterday that we had at Sycamore was, like, this is probably one of the first times in a long time, like, we've actually sat down and, like, as a group discussed, like, actual goals and like how we're gonna move forward with stuff, and like that was kind of cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's cool too because like
everybody in our group's chasing something different.
Yes, our like I almost made a Facebook post and like named everyone: Tone, Nikki, Lo, Amanda, us, Matt, Sarah. Like everybody is chasing Justin. Everybody's chasing something, and it's really cool to see like the growth within it. And so,
like if you just look at that same group of people 3 years ago, it's come a long way, man.
Yeah, 100%. And I think too, the more we do this and the more that we stay,
you're around it,
you get more
contagious.
motivated. Yes, and too, I feel more comfortable talking about it because I feel as if there's a different comfort that I have around it. There's a different drive that I have around it, and too, like, I'm going to prove a lot of motherfuckers wrong, bro. We're going to prove a lot of motherfuckers wrong. The people that are laughing, the people that make jokes, I don't let it get to me, but like I can't wait to look back one day and then be like, oh shit, I remember when I thought this was a joke. I remember when I thought you guys were going to stop. Because there are people out there that are thinking that are close to us.
I'm sure.
And so it'll just be fun. And the reason I brought that up is because I heard that quote from Hermosi where he said that...
you didn't like him.
I don't, but like he's got some good stuff. It's not that I don't like him. I just can't I don't find that spark when I listen to him.
Dude, my brother sent me this clip of him the other day and said, what the fuck is this? This dude put out like he was like giving like he was talking to someone, but a whole conversation about how slaves worked the entire time they were awake. And he's like, sure, it wasn't work that they loved and like they had to do it, but if I can work every hour I'm awake doing something I love, then what excuse do I have? And I was like, dude, this is a reach. I can't believe that you even put this out. It was insane. Like there was a guy reacting to it. Like he was like, as soon as he said slaves worked every hour they were awake, the guy paused. He said, "You're already in trouble right there. Like just stop."
Yeah, I don't want to go down that topic.
I was like, whoa, this is wild.
Yeah, well, the quote that I saw by him was very different. And he was talking about that when he started a gym, he would sleep on the floor in the gym. And everybody would be like, you got this, bro, you got this, bro. And then when he started getting it, those same people were like, oh, you're too cool to hang with us. Mm-hmm. Oh, we never hear from you. Oh, the big boss is in. And he's like, what the fuck? And so he was like, if you have people saying that to you right now, he said, cut them out of your life. He said, it'll be hard, but I'm going to save you a lot of pain and agony right now because it's going to happen
regardless.
Yeah, at some point. And I was like, you're fucking right, bro. I like that one. But no, I'm excited, man. I don't know about, actually, I do know about you, but I don't know about you in the sense of like no, we talk about it often. I know that we both have it. Like
that's what we talk about every day.
The drive that I have going into 2024 is unlike the drive I had the last 2 years. And I think that's fucking amazing.
I think a lot of it is us being together now. Mm-hmm. And like we had like a lot of plans like once we got together we were going to do content wise, and we haven't, like frankly we haven't done like a lot of it. But I think just being together and being able to like actually bounce ideas off each other and be together, just hang out more has brought it a long way.
Yep. So
you're definitely right. There's definitely like a different energy around like moving forward right now than there's been probably like since the initial like let's launch this.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's cool. I'm excited for it.
I sent you that video earlier, dude.
Yeah, I could have ran through a brick wall, baby.
The dude that I saw it from, literally, his quote when he pit it up was, "I could run through a brick wall right now."
Oh, really?
That's why when you sent me that, I was like, "That's wild."
I love it. Yeah, the different. It revolves around the stuff that I'm listening to, I'm looking into, I'm focusing on as well outside of DTI.
Me too.
That's also giving me an extra spark to just be like, fuck yes. I have a quote that we're going to hang in the studio. Haven't told you about it, but heard it the other day, and I'm like, that's going to go like right inside when we walk in the door. It's going to be on the wall in a quote. So think of a quote that you want in there too, because we're going to That whole vibe of that place is just going to be fucking success. Right. People are going to walk in there and just breathe success.
Dude, I'm fucking excited.
Yeah.
We have a lot to do, though, in the next 8 weeks.
We do.
Really? It's going to be like 4 weeks.
Yeah.
From like when you actually get in there.
Yep.
We're going to have a lot to do.
I know. It's all good, though. That's all I'm focusing on, baby.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Except for my birthday, you'll hear me, but you won't see me. I think 2024 is going to be like that, especially because I'm going to have a house, my own spot, like away from everything. I won't be in the heart of it, so I won't be motivated to just like walk down the road. So I'm excited.
I'll still be in the heart of it, right down here.
I'm excited for it. It's going to be a year of growth, but also like shout out to fucking us, man. I fucking love being on this journey with you. Yeah. I love going through it with you. And I truly think that we have something special here. And like I told you on the marathon, I think, episode, it's on us. Every single thing we put our mind to, we accomplish, we achieve. And if we put that same energy and same attention towards DTI and what we truly want it to come out and be, it's going to happen. There's not a if it happens, there's not like what if this had nothing. It's going to fucking happen when we fully put our mind to it and start diving into this like we should. Yeah.
I'm excited, dude.
Yeah.
I have a lot of words around it. I'm just excited. But I genuinely like feel like this energy about it. Like that I really haven't felt before.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's exciting. And I think it does come down to like everything else that we're doing outside of it. Mm-hmm. I think I got more serious about other goals that I want to accomplish. And like I always tell you, like when I'm more dialed in on everything, like this stuff starts to get more dialed in too.
Yep.
And I'm about to get real dialed in about 4 weeks.
Running?
Well, yeah, with that goal. So that's gonna like pull everything else even to another level.
Yep.
Which I mean, I might as well just tell them because they're not gonna see me till February, and I'll already be training by then.
Let it out.
I'm scared.
Speaking about coaches,
I know I do need to talk to him again, like ASAP. But I'm gonna try to qualify. Actually, I'm gonna qualify for Boston in 2024.
Speak that shit into existence,
baby.
So
it means I'm about to cut almost 25 minutes off my time, and I know I can't do it by myself. So I'm getting a coach, and we're about to get this shit done, man. I'm excited. I already talked to him. It's my coach Ryan, who I've already spoke about. He coached me for the Ironman I was supposed to do.
Shout out to Ryan. He was on the pod. Early days.
First guest.
Yep, first guest.
I want to get him back on now that we're actually talking about it.
Okay.
He's blowing up. He just crossed 50 members in his community.
Fuck yeah,
he quit his job.
Fuck yeah, dude.
He's a dad now.
Fuck yeah,
so
dude.
So everything's going real well.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that.
So definitely want to get him on like once we're in the new studio. Yeah.
That's dope. Yep. Nothing but business and financial success and freedom in 2024, and then I think next year could set the foundation for what this is truly going to be in terms of.
I just thought about 2024 could be wild. This thing blows up. I run a fucking sub-3-hour marathon and I become published. This shit could be wild.
Yep. We got to put it on the calendar. It's all going to happen.
Well, I can't put the published one on the calendar. I'm not giving myself a deadline. It's just by the end of the year.
Yeah. That's a good one. Hey, that's a
okay, we can put it on the last day.
Spot on the calendar. Yeah, no, it's going to be good. Again, thank you for doing this journey with me.
Thanks for asking, honestly. It wouldn't have been a thing if you didn't bring me the idea. So
yeah. Wouldn't, like I told you in the beginning, wouldn't want to do it with anybody else. And I'm happy that we both have stuck to it to this point. I'm happy that we are continuously getting more and more passionate about it. And I think that our ideas and our thoughts and visions around this are truly starting to get like de-wrinkled, and we're actually we're going to become what we wanted this to be. So I'm very, very excited. Like I keep saying, for 2024, definitely a different energy about it. Definitely a different stride in our strokes.
I still haven't stroked.
And
I made it, dude.
Proud of you.
No, November gang. If you guys made it, proud of you too.
But yeah, so let's continue this into 2024. Do you have any last words before we take like a 2-month hiatus from something we love so much?
No.
No?
No. I think that's it, man. I feel like we got them prepped. I really just wanted to push the community out there. Reach out if you're interested. Literally, like, even if you're just a little interested, like you don't know if it's for you or not, It's only one way to find out, and that's to ask us.
Ask us, reach out, and you help make us better, so we're going to help make you better. We appreciate the love, the support over the last 100 episodes, but things are gonna elevate. So be ready. Have the desire to inspire. Kiss your mama's forehead.
See you in February.
And we're coming hard in 2024. It's on.
Coming hard. Peace.